This is line 49, unforgettable eighth notes. And in this line, we move our two eighth notes to the second beat. So if we count that first measure of 49, we would count that 1, 2, and 3, 4. Our first quarter note comes on beat 1 because every measure always starts with 1. And that quarter note gets a full beat. So whatever comes next has to start on 2. So the first eighth note would be on 2, which gets a half beat. So whatever follows it would have to be on and, which is the second eighth note. It gets a half a beat, so whatever come next would come on beat 3. So the quarter note's on 3, it gets a whole beat, so the next quarter note would have to come on 4. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's clap and count that first measure. Ready? Together. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, now let's clap and count all the way through 49. Try patting your foot as well while you're counting, and make sure your foot is going down, up on the eighth notes. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Now we're ready to play line 49. Okay, we're looking at number 49, unforgettable eighth notes on page 15. We've already fingered and we've already clapped and counted through this. Now we're ready to play number 49. So the note that they give you here is C. So let's play this rhythm on C. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready now. So back that up and go over until you have those eighth notes even. Okay, now we're looking at number 50, My Homeland Harvest. We're going to do the first 4 measures of this. So the first measure, second measure, and the first ending. Then we'll go back and do the rest. So let's go ahead and play through those first 4 measures. Ready? 1, 2, and ready now. Okay, so now that first ending tells us to go back to the beginning, and we'll play through it again, except this time we'll take the second ending. So first measure, and second ending. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready now. Second ending. So keep backing this up and fingering and counting and playing through these 4 measure sections. Then we'll be ready to go all the way through number 50. So let's play all the way through now. Here we go. 1, 2, and ready now. So keep backing it up and working on it until you can play that without making any mistakes. Okay, this is line 51, eighth notes on the edge. In this line, we have our 2 eighth notes on the first beat. So we have eighth, eighth, quarter, 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 with the eighth notes getting a half a beat each. So the first eighth note comes on 1, gets a half a beat. So the second eighth note would be on and, gets a half a beat. Then we have the quarter note on 2, a quarter note on 3, and a quarter note on 4. So we count that first measure, 1 and 2, 3, 4. So clap and count that first measure with me. Ready? Here we go now. 1 and 2, 3, 4. So now that we've done that, we can clap all the way through number 51. Here we go. 1, 2, begin now. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 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 So Keep going back over that until you're comfortable getting those eighth notes even, and that you can say them with your foot padding down, up, down, down, down. Okay, this is line 51, eighth notes on the edge. We've already clapped and counted through this, so now we're ready to play it. The note that they give you here is D. So the eighth notes are on the first beat. Here we go. 1 and 2, ready, now. So keep backing that up and working on it until we can get those eighth notes nice and even. Okay, this is number 52, Now Let Me Fly. This is only 4 measures long, so we're only going to go through this one time. So we'll do it all together. The eighth notes are on beat 1, just like they were in number 51. So here we go. Let's play this together. 1 and 2, ready, now. So keep backing that up and going over it, finger and count it, and play along with the recording. This is number 53, Sight Reading Challenge Promenade. You should have already drawn in the bar lines every 4 beats here to divide this into 8 equal measures. If you haven't done that, pause the video, count it out, put the bar lines in, and then come back. All right, let's play through the first 4 measures. Cam's going to play. You can finger and count, and then go back the video up and play along. Here's the first 4. 1, 2, ready, now. Rest. So keep backing that up and going over it until you have it worked out. Now let's look at the last 4 measures. Cam's going to play through this. I want you to finger and count through it first, and then back up and play along. Here we go. Last 4 measures. 1, 2, and ready, now. Rest. 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 So keep working through that until you have those 4 measures worked out. Now we're ready to go all the way through 53. Here we go from the beginning. 1, 2, 53. Rest. So keep backing that up and going over it until you can play all the way through that without making any mistakes. This is number 54, Rio Cambrillo. This is a test line, so we want to spend a little extra time on it. Let's look in the second measure. Notice in the second measure, there's a half note tied to a quarter note in the third measure. When we count that, 3, hold, 4, hold, 1. So we'll make sure we give that half note tied to the quarter note 3 full beats so that you'll stay on the correct beat as we go through this. So we're going to do the first 4 measures. So you can finger and count with Cam and then back the video up and play along. Here's the first 4 measures. 1, 2, ready, now. 4, 1. Rest. So back that up and finger and count with it and play along. Then look at the last 4 measures. We'll just do that the same way. Here we go. Last 4. 1, 2, and ready, now. Rest. Okay, so keep backing those 4 measures up and fingering and counting and playing through them until you have it completely worked out. Now we're ready to go all the way through 54. So this is from the beginning. 1, 2, and 54 now. So keep backing that up and going over it until you have that worked out to where you're ready for a test grade on it. Making sure that second measure that we're holding that half note tied to the quarter note for 3 full beats.